You right there? How many of yous out there want to make good solos but don't know how? I had a student in this morning and she said, I'm rubbish at improvisation, I can't do it. She's in a band and everything. And I said, well, what you need to do, you need to practice improvising like you practice songs for your band or whatever. She said, yeah, but I find it boring. You know, I don't like the theory and stuff, and then I'll just switch off. I said, well, let's see if we can make this interesting and fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to make learning theory fun and interesting and where you can use it. Because a lot of the problem is sometimes when you're learning theory, you don't use it for anything. So you might spend an afternoon of your time learning stuff or reading about it, and then piff, puff, poof, it's gone. So what today's lesson was for us, I created a backing track with 4 simple chords with a simple idea and method of how to improvise in an easy way. And what I'm going to do is going to be uploaded to my Patreon site, which is down below. So if you want to get the tab for it and the backing track, it will all be on there. So as I said, she said she finds it boring. And you know, let's face it, all we want to do is make a solo. So I said to her, well, let's create a guitar solo just on one string. And if you can do that, you can build up. And she said, well, how are we going to do that? I said, well, first of all, I'm going to create this backing track and then I'm going to get 4 chords, yeah? And then I'm going to tell you the secrets of how to play over it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to demonstrate it now so you can hear it. And if you like it, then I'm going to go through it at the end. But say all the main details and the track for you to practice over will be available down below in the description on my Patreon site. So here we go, you ready? So I'm just going to play through it. I think it lasts a couple of minutes. And I'm going to build the solo up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some, I'll tell you about it after. Let's just do it because you might not like it. Well, let's start that again because I hit the wrong note. See, there's no retakes in this. That doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So obviously I could have done a lot more and used more strings, but there I just played that whole solo on my 2nd string. That was it. And it's about being creative. Imagine you're at school, yeah? And someone gives you loads of paints, like, and you've got all the colours, but you only need 1 or 2 to do something good. So basically what this backing track is, it's 4 chords, yeah? In the key of C major. Now on the sheet, I've wrote down the notes she can use on each string, yeah? So, and I've done it on basically the first 3 strings. So on the sheet, it'll tell you the notes what are in the key of C, yeah? It will tell you the notes you can use on the string. So I could do the same effect, just sliding around on the 1st string or the 3rd string, like that. And then what you do is you've got the chords. So the other secret is about playing over songs. You've got to know what the chords are. So also I wrote out the names of the notes and the chords. And this is going to be fun because this is going to make you learn the guitar in a fun way. So how many of you know all your notes on the guitar? You probably have a go learning one or two, but then there's no reason. But for this, there's a reason because, say for example, you got the chord of C, yeah? Now, how many of you know the notes in the chord of C? Probably not many. But it's C, E, and G. So like this song uses the chord C, E, and G. On that second string, you've got a C. On the first fret, you've got an E. On the fifth fret, you've got a G. And you've got a C again on the 13th fret. So I'm going to tell you the names of the notes and the chords for this chord progression, but you're going to use it as an exercise to create and become a better guitarist. So even if I just play the first bar with this over C, you can hear how that first note. So when you're playing, you don't want to hit a wrong note. So here we go. Didn't sound wrong, did it? It sounded good. So you can hit the notes with confidence. There's nothing worse on the guitar. I'm going to play it now and I'm going to hit a wrong note. So this way you're going to learn where all the notes are as well. Ready? We don't want that. So this way you're going to learn the notes on the guitar, where they're going to be. You're going to know how to play them over the chords, because the backing track, you've got the chord structure, but also I've wrote on the page, on the tab which is available, so it's all on my Patreon site down below. You've got the names of the chords, you've got the notes, what are in the chords, and also I wrote out on the first three strings, the E string, the B string, and the G string, notes I'm using. So like, for example, I can do a solo on the just on the first string, so you get this, what? Sounds good? Now the next thing you're going to do, you're going to learn to do it on the third string, and I'll show you the secret what we're going to do at the end. We're going to blend them all together. You can link all them strings together, so you get this. Here we go. We're getting away from playing the pentatonic scale, which you want to incorporate as well later on, because look, if you just play the chord pentatonic scale, it sounds a bit like this. Look. So this way it's going to show you how to use the major scales, and then you combine it with the pentatonic scales. I'll show you a lick now where I'm going to combine the two. Other things what you can do, you can bend into the notes. So if you know what the notes are on a scale, so this is one thing she said, she bent up a note. So we was on over that chord of C, and she bent up to a note which is not in that chord. And that is the secret. People go, oh, why can't I just bend the note? So if I'm playing over the chord of C, you've got the notes C, E, and G. If I'm on a B, I just want to bend up to a C. I don't want to go, it's going to sound off, yeah? So you can practice all that stuff as well. So I don't think there's anything else said. It's available on my Patreon down below. You get a tab with the names of the notes and the chords. You're going to get the backing track, and you're going to get some shapes all over. What I'm going to do, I'm going to finish off using a pentatonic scale and using one strings as well. So then you combine the two, and then there you can develop your improvisation, because that's what it's about. You can't just do it straight away. So one thing, always tune up. That G string is out. So I think it's out anyway. Let's see. That's in. It's saying it's in, but it don't sound good to me. Maybe it's time for new strings on this. Try that again, you ready? Here we go. Just mucked around there at the end, didn't know what I was playing, but I was using that technique of just using one string at a time you've got to do, and then you practice the second string. So it's down below if you want it. I've got my Patreon site's building up, so I've got loads of people who have subscribed to it, helping guitarists all around the world. And then if you want Skype lessons or whatever, what's it called, Microsoft Teams or Zoom now, Skype's on its way out, or FaceTime, I can help you out. And so you can practice it and get in touch, and then we can develop it even more. All right, take care, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you later.